Welcome back to Soda City Live. Now, I know many people in the beginning of the year, their New Year's resolution was to probably hit the gym. Well, for a group of local artists, their resolution, and right now, is to get this album done. So there's an album that has been worked on by several artists here in the Midlands, and it's going to have an album release party. I'm so excited for us to talk about it. Joining us here today with more is Patrick Rutledge. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It is such a pleasure. Your stage name is Pat X.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're going to talk a little bit about this project, but I really want to get to know you a little bit more. Let's talk a little bit about your background.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm from Lancaster, from the sticks, proudly. My background's in filmmaking and music. I mix alternative with hip hop.
I love it, and I love your creative style. You express yourself through music and through the way you dress as well. Let's talk a little bit about this project. So we talked a little bit earlier off camera. You said this is a project that has been underway since January, and a lot of these artists haven't even heard this track. The tracks from this album, and the name of the album is
Ko-Fi.
Ko-Fi. Tell our viewers where the idea of Ko-Fi came from.
For sure. So my production company Psychii, we're big on collaboration and creating content for artists, with artists, about artists. And so back in November, we wrote a grant to the SC Arts Commission, and they decided to support it. And so we took submissions and had a whole bunch of feedback from artists, and then we selected a handful of them to collaborate.
And you recreated, or reimagined rather, some of the tracks and the music that they already had. How did you go about doing that?
For sure. So we went through and listened to the subject matter, some of the instrumentation, and just kind of decided, me and my team, which ones would transfer easily to that sort of genre, right? And how we could kind of mash it up and have opportunities to kind of mess with it.
Yeah, so we talked about the selection process for the tracks, but how did you guys go about choosing the artists?
For sure. Similar process. We just kind of had a natural, organic sort of vetting system. The quality of the music is always sort of first, but also the quality of the individual, you know what I mean? And so we're just fortunate to be surrounded by such creative and just real genuine, high quality people.
And all from right here at home. I love that. Talk about this release party. So what's going to be transpiring during this event?
For sure. So similar to the project itself, the priority is creative community and not necessarily just the music. And so we plan to have a photo booth where we reached out to studio artists and had them submit some of their canvas art. And so we really want the space to look like an installation and more of an experience. There'll be a canvas station where other people can kind of paint, a listening station. We'll probably do some interviews of some of the other creatives in the building that aren't necessarily associated with the project but are still doing cool things in the area.
This sounds like a very unique experience. It feels real artsy, like something you would experience in like a inner city up north, you know, like a major city. And it's so exciting that you all are thinking outside of the box and you're able to bring that type of creativity, using the creativity we have right here.
For sure.
And I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but the artists have not even heard this yet. So I know that you all had like the promo shoot and things like that, but some people were able to hear some things. What was the response from them?
They were excited, and even before we started recording, I told them, as an artist myself, I'm extremely grateful that they trusted me with their work. And so, especially not being able to hear it, I know that that would be nerve-wracking for me. So for them to trust me to kind of take their original stuff and turn it into something great is
I am so intrigued by this. So did they have to go back and re-record this, or you isolated the vocals from the existing project?
So they actually came in over the course of 2 days. They came in, re-recorded their stuff. We had to clean up some things and maybe based on the music, kind of do a different cadence or a flow or different melodies and whatnot. So they kind of played around with the originals and re-recorded them.
This sounds like an amazing experience. Now, is there something that the artists get to take away from this?
Yes.
The music included?
For sure. So of course it'll be on digital streaming platforms just like anything else, but we're also, because it's lo-fi, going to release it on cassette tapes. And so they'll receive a percentage of any bundles that we sell. We're selling bundles with the player and the tape and whatnot to kind of reintroduce this idea of tangible music again. They get splits from streams, et cetera, et cetera.
And what is the future of this for you?
For sure. I think once again, just to take advantage of the fact that we have a small city and community here, but it's rich and it's very dense. And so to kind of cultivate the community surrounding local art, local music, getting venues involved, getting the art enthusiasts, the music enthusiasts, the creatives here, just to kind of cultivate this idea of something outside of online that you can feel, that you can touch, that you can interact with.
I love this, and I love this for you. Congratulations on this project.
Thank you.
What do you feel knowing that all this hard work is finally going to be unveiled?
I'm super excited. The amount of response that we've been getting from it in anticipation for the release party has just been really reaffirming, and I'm proud to not only have kind of spearheaded it, but to see that return for the artists that are involved. So I'm super stoked to see it all kind of come to fruition.
I love that. Now, we're not going to have much time to be able to talk about the artists specifically, but this event is going to be happening, so make sure you mark your calendars for Saturday, April 27th. It's going to be from 6 until 10, and it's going to be at Saluda Avenue. What building specifically?
711 Saluda Avenue. It's now the Boyd Innovation Center.
Oh, perfect, perfect. And one last thing, can you name some of the artists? I know we're running out of time.
It's Tony Esther, Body Slam Me Baby, Mike Sound, The Kid, Tiffany J, Danielle Blood, Fat Rat Cesar,
okay.
Shakis the Beast, and a ton of other great artists.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I know this is going to be an amazing event, and I'm going to have to swing by too, because it sounds like too much fun to not come in and check this out. So thank you so much for joining us. Any socials or websites, folks?
Yes, you can find everything at psychii.art. That's PSYCHII.ART. That's our official website.
Thank you. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be